Today we're going to look at cutting out the rocking chair parts, and I'm just going to get my face out of the way. I'm on our Intro to Woods page, and I'm going to find right here third project options. Now it might say rocking chair plans or something else in a later term, but for the term that we're in right now, it's one of the three options that you have for a third project. Once we get to the third project options, we're going to scroll through the clock and sign. There's some people doing that. Some people doing the treasure chest. You are doing the gamer chair, rocking chair plans. That is not the correct link. What we're going to do is right here, download the gamer chair VCarve files. So just download those to your computer, and then you're going to have to go find VCarve. So for me, VCarve is at the bottom of my screen. I'll pull this down so you can see it. VCarve is right here. I'll open up VCarve. For most of you, it's probably on your desktop. And let that open up. Then we're going to say open an existing file. My existing file was just downloaded, game chair. And when I open this up, I'm going to see this. Now this is a good reminder for you. The tool pathing and all that is done already. I'm actually going to get rid of this and start over so that you can't just copy mine. What we want to come in here is, and I'm just going to save this real quick. It's a good idea to save this onto your desktop or something so you don't lose it. So this is what it's going to come in as. Now this is the outside shape of the rocking part, the support pieces for the rocking chair. If I come up here and check this, I can see that white space is 24 by 47. So that is how big you need to glue up a board. So the white space is a solid piece of wood that you've probably taken 3 or 4 pieces or 5 pieces, jointed them and glued them together. That's your first step, is to glue this up. We're going to make sure that our setup says this stuff, machine bed, bottom left. This is going to get cut out on the big CNC router. Now, once we're here, we got to tool path this. So I'm going to click both of these by holding down Shift and clicking on both of them. And it looks like there's an extra one here. That's okay. I just clicked on it, then hit delete. So I'm going to click here, Shift, hold it down, and then I'm going to come over here to the tool path tab. We're going to do a profile tool path. The profile tool path says that the router is going to follow the dash line all the way around it. If I did the pocket tool path, it would cut out in between the two lines. We don't want to do that. So profile tool path. Now our boards are 3/4 of an inch thick. So I want this to cut out at 0.75, and I need to select the right bit. So I'm going to say select, and you may or may not have this. It's a special bit called the 0.375 corn cob bit. So if you don't have this bit already, what we're going to do is add a new one, and we're going to change the name to 0.375 corn cob end mill. Say OK. It's an end mill that is 0.375 inches, and then I'm going to create the settings. And the settings that we're going to create are actually here. I don't have them memorized, so I'm going to go back to this. I'll discard the changes, and you're going to want your settings to look exactly like this. So it's 2 flutes, 0.75, step over of 40%, spindle speed of 9,000 RPMs, feed rate of 250, plunge rate of 30, tool number 5, and then you're going to hit apply. Mine's already been applied, so I don't have to worry about it. And then I'll select that bit to be the one that I'm using. Now the corn cob bit, it's actually called a corn cob because it looks like a corn without the cob on it. It's got little ripples in it, and it's specifically designed for cutting hardwood. Most CNC routers don't do great on hardwood. This is the one bit that does a pretty good job on hardwood, and it's actually a really quiet bit. The whole shop will thank you. Edit passes, we are going to do 3 passes, so it's not putting too much stress on our lumber. And we want to be on the outside of it. This other thing we want to do is add tabs. So I want my tabs to be a 1/2 inch wide and a 16th, 0.0625. I'm going to say edit tabs, and I'm going to make sure that these tabs are placed on a straightaway. So this has 3 tabs, and if you don't like where they're located, you can click on them and put them in a different location. But don't put them on a curve, because we're actually going to have to use the little oscillating cutter to get rid of these. So Those are all in the right place. Come back here, say close. We need to add a ramp of 1 inch to our toolpath, and we're going to call this game chair. And then hit calculate. So these red lines means that's where the CNC router moves, but it doesn't cut. The blue lines get cut. If I come over here and I say preview visible toolpaths, we'll see those little tabs that I left in here. Those are just designed to hold the part in place so they don't come loose as it's being cut out. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to come up here and say File, Save As, and save this as your initials. So I would be KLS chair, and just put it right on your desktop. That's fine. And then you're going to come over to our Canvas page. I'll come back down here so you can find this. On our home page, you will see CNC file drop. Click on, there'll be a button here for you to upload, and you're just going to upload that file. I just want to look at it before we cut it out. That's all we got. Good luck.